If you had to draw one hard line today to protect your time, your energy, and your profits, what would it be? If reselling is running your life instead of you running it, it's time to draw some hard lines. In this video, I'm providing 5 hard lines every reseller needs to draw to avoid burnout, protect their time, and turn daily grind into long-term success. But before I do that, let me explain how a video like this works for those of you that are new to the channel. You probably clicked on a thumbnail or a title, and I'm gonna give you that information first up front. I'm not gonna make you wait. If you do decide to wait though, after I give you the info towards the latter part of the video, I go into my eBay Everything store and I show you some sales so you can see what is possible for you. In between those sales, I also answer questions and talk about comments. So if you ever have something to say, leave it in the comments below. I also have a special segment called Cheers to You where we celebrate the community's wins, and it's always fun. Okay, now to the topic at hand. First, I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why you need to draw these hard lines so that those hard lines can make logical sense. Reason number 1, burnout will eat you alive. It really will if you let it. Look, reselling isn't just about flipping. It's listing, sourcing, traveling to places, talking to people through messages, getting yelled at through messages, responding to lowball offers from assholes that send them all the time. There's so much to do, so much. And if you let it, it will take every single minute of every single day. So you need to draw a hard line. You need to reset. You need to stop and take a break. You need to pause. And you don't need to pause because you're weak. You need to pause because you're human. Reason number 2, you need to draw hard lines. People will push you until you say enough is enough. They will. Everybody is constantly fighting for your time. Your family, your friends, your customers. You need to be able to say stop. This is my time. This is my work time. This is my personal time. This is time for just me. And I'll give you an example. When I used to not have the Posse membership where I answer questions every Wednesday, I had some guy send me 30 questions in an email expecting me to answer them because I was on YouTube. And when I didn't answer them, he had the audacity to get mad at me and tell me shit through the email. And I thought to myself, what an asshole, for sure. And it's my time, not yours. And you don't tell me what to do. So I had to draw a hard line. This is why a lot of the times, if you want answers to your questions, I said, I'm going to build the Posse membership because it allows me to focus my time just on that to answer the questions properly. And it allows me to be in control of my time because it is my time. And that just makes sense. You need to be able to draw that same line with your family, with your friends, and with your customers. Because if you don't, you're gonna be resentful, distracted, and way less effective at everything. And reason number 3, you need to draw hard lines. Profit without discipline is just a big ass mess. Look, you might be selling products all the time, but if you're not drawing a line at sourcing, spending, time wasting, you're just creating a mess with a whole bunch of extra steps. Boundaries give you control, and control leads to growth, not fake hustle. And now that we know the 3 reasons why you need to draw those hard lines, let's talk about the 5 hard lines that I believe every reseller needs to draw in order to be successful long term. Boundary number 1, every reseller needs to draw. I don't chase every platform just because it's trending. There are so many out there, and you'll hear it on YouTube, on social media in general. People talking about it. I made so much money on TikTok and Facebook Marketplace and eBay and Amazon and Mercari and Depop, etc., etc., etc. There are so many platforms out there that it will make your head spin, and you don't have to chase them all. You should draw a line. And the reason you do that is because once you start diversifying too much, too fast, you don't do anything well. When you diversify too much, when you water yourself down, when you place energy in too many places, it comes with stress and inconsistency. And that leads to a failed business. So what you need to do is that you need to master your main platform first, whatever that may be. Whatever makes you the most money, whatever the one that you like the most, whatever is easiest to use, master that one first. Once you are ready, once you feel comfortable, Once you're at the next level, then you can start diversifying slowly. Boundary number 2 that every reseller needs to draw. I don't keep dead inventory just in case. And this is going to be a hard one to talk about because I know that a lot of you and a lot of people in general, especially on YouTube, will talk about long tail items or I'm in it for the long game. And I understand why you say that. I get it. You really like an item. It takes that perfect buyer. And sometimes you're going to keep it for 4 or 5 years because that's what I've seen online, that somebody sold something from 4 years ago or 5 years ago. But if you think about it, that is a very long time to hold on to something. So what's happening there is that your money, your cash flow is stuck. It's over there somewhere. It's in your storage unit. It's in your garage. It's in your room. It's in your warehouse. It's in your office, wherever you keep your items. And it's just sitting there. It's collecting dust. That money is not making you money. It's not doing anything. So you need to get rid of dead inventory. Now, I'm not going to give you a specific date because it all depends on how you run your business and how you want your business to run. If 5 years is the goal, fine, then do 5 years. That's totally up to you. But set a strict number, a strict line on where you need to stop, on where you say, this needs to go. And I'll give you mine. 1.5 to 2 years. That's it. And I'll give you a reason why. 1.5 years usually will go through a full cycle of all the periods of Christmas, of summer, of spring, of winter. Whatever I bought goes through one full cycle and a half in case something happened, there was a bad season, or that product was just not moving that season. So it makes sense, right? 1.5 to 2 years. Sometimes it's 2 years depending on what the item is. Maybe it's really specific and really collectible, and it really does take that specific person. And it has to be a very high priced item in order for me to want to do that. But once it needs to go, you need to not be married to it. You need to take your feelings out and just get rid of it. Either donate it, sell it at the flea market, give it away, burn it outside. Who cares? Just get rid of it. Boundary number 3 that every reseller needs to draw. And this is especially a stressful and one that gets a lot of people pissed off. I don't let my customers run my store. I don't let my customers dictate my policies. What happens sometimes? People message you, I need you to box the item like this, put this much wrapping. I don't want that even a scratch on it when it gets here. Or I want you to ship it to me it needs to be here by Thursday because I need to leave on vacation. Although they decided to buy it knowing that they were going to get it on Monday, but now they want an upgrade for free because this idiot, whoever bought it, decided to buy it not on time and then force you to take the hit for that. There's so many different things that will come up, and the customer's not always right. You still have to respect the customer and you can't be fighting with them, but they're not always right. And you need to have policies and procedures, and you have to stick to them. You have to make it clear in the description to make sure that they understand what is happening and that you're in control, but you are in control. And you should always be in control of your business because it is your business, not their business. It's not eBay's business. It's your business, and you need to run it like that. Boundary number 4, every reseller needs to draw. I don't let busy work replace real growth. Are you doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results? Have you tried to optimize your photo taking process? Have you tried to optimize the way you source? Have you tried to optimize the way you list, where you put things, how you move, when you wake up, when you go to sleep, when you do your messaging, how you talk to your customers? Have you tried to optimize at all? When you don't optimize, what happens is that you keep doing the same things over and over again, expecting for a different result. So growth gets stuck there. Optimization is always key. What you do is that you do the same thing over and over again, and then you step back. You have to look at it and say, okay, what am I doing right and what can be improved? You keep what you're doing right, you get rid of what needs to be improved, and you improve it. That way you can keep moving forward. A lot of the times we disguise busy work as productive work because we're moving, and I'm moving, and I'm packing, and I'm sourcing, and I'm doing this. And it's so much movement that it feels good. It feels like, oh my God, I'm making so much money. But are you really making money? Is all that movement actually contributing to your bottom line? Or is it just stuff that makes you feel good about yourself? Makes you feel like, man, I worked for 10 hours straight today, so I must be productive. But were those 10 hours productive hours, or were they busy hours? This is one of the biggest lines that I draw with myself and with people around me always. I hate busy work. I need to have productive work, and so should you. Boundary number 5, every reseller needs to draw, and this is by far my favorite. I don't tolerate my own excuses, and we've all made them before. I'm tired. So what? I don't feel good. So what? I'm not motivated. Nobody cares. So what? I bought the wrong item. So what? Get rid of it. Buy a new one. I didn't shoot enough photos. Okay. Stop talking. Go shoot some more photos. It's because I don't know how to list faster. Learn and list faster. Stop making excuses for yourself. When you continue to make excuses for yourself and accept them, you're training yourself to fail. What you're doing is that you're telling your brain, hey, brain, this time the excuse is okay. So your brain will say, hey, that excuse was okay. This one's okay too. And then the next time, this one's okay too. And then the next time, and the next time, and the next time. It's going to continue to do that. And you're going to spiral downwards until you lose. You lose your business. You lose your money. You lose your mind. It's insane. But that's how we are built. If we continue to accept our own excuses, we are training ourselves to fail. And that's not okay. The day you stop tolerating your own bullshit, the day you stop tolerating your own excuses, that is when your business will skyrocket. It's going to be gone to the moon. Drawing the line isn't about being harsh to your family, to your friends, to your business partners, to anybody around you. It's not about that. It's about protecting your business and the person running it, which is you. So set those boundaries like your income depends on it, because it really does. And now let me know what line you need to draw this week in the comments below, because I know there's a ton of you that need to draw those lines. If you like this info so far, don't forget to give this video a like, share this with anyone that needs to see it, and subscribe for more. And on to the sales. Let me go to the back end right here. Before we get into the actual sales, I'm going to go over this week's segment of Cheers to You. This goes out to at Mushroom Madness. They were commenting on a post that I made talking about being resilient and following your dreams. And I just want to help. Sometimes that you might get a mental block. And I'm hoping that by reading, something that's out of your brain, outside of you, outside of your circle, maybe it'll trigger something in you that will force you to go forward, to be more successful, to get whatever, or to obtain whatever goal that you want to obtain. So this is what they said. Cheers to that. I set a goal of buying a house outside the city, and we finally did it. Congratulations. I've got a whole acre, and the best part is the only neighbor is 83 years old and a sweetheart of an old lady. They used to live in the ghetto with at least annual shootings and dealers in every corner. God damn. I'm not going to go over the rest, but basically they're saying that they are happy they have a house, they have a basement, and they're trying to build something more so that they can continue to move forward in their business. And then at the end it says, thanks, man. Your videos have helped a lot. I am glad. This is the point of why I opened the channel, because I wanted to help others succeed. However I can do that, I am glad that I am able to help. And this is a person that sent something into one of my posts or something like that. I pulled it, and then this segment is meant so that we can all celebrate together. It doesn't have to be reseller related. If you have something to celebrate, I want to celebrate with you along with everybody else. So to at Mushroom Madness, cheers to you. Oh, I love it. I try to stay positive as best I can. I try to talk in a positive way and keep that in my mind so that it can help me move forward in my own business. And I want to do the same for you. Let's go to the first sale. Here we have Gustav Stickley paperback. This is not a big profit winner, but I'm going to tell you why I put it up here. First off, I paid $1.50, sold for $16.95 free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $7.13. It was a very big and heavy book, so it only brought me $6 in profit. So if you're wondering, Damien, well, I don't want to pick something like that up because I don't want to bring $6 in profit. Well, not everything is about money with me. I bought this because I wanted somebody else to have this. I love architecture. I love design, especially stickly. That's my type of furniture. Basically looks like that. Clean lines, very simple. I love to read on that. I have a whole bunch of books to this one. I said, you know what? I gotta give it to somebody else because I also, if you guys notice, I have a whole bunch of books here. There's a whole bunch of books in my processing room and in the living room. So I wanted somebody else to have it. And sometimes it's not always about money. I want somebody to see this and maybe get inspired to do something different with their home, to live differently with their furniture. And Gustav Stickley, first off, the furniture is very expensive. If you ever see it, pick it up. You can sell it locally on Facebook Marketplace or places like that, and you make a ton of money. That chair right there, shit, man. It's probably worth upwards of almost $1,000. If not, it'll go over $1,000. I don't remember the price of that chair, and I don't know all the pricing, but I know that Stickley Furniture has done well for me before when I've purchased it at auction. So, next sale. Here we have belts. As you guys know, I buy a lot of belts. J. McLaughlin. So I didn't know much about this belt, but I knew that it was something because I looked at it and I said, it looks nice. The belt buckle is brass. Says it looks great. So I bought it for $2. My girl was with me. Check this one out. Same one. I decided to put them together because I also bought this one for $2. Same thing. J. McLaughlin. And sold for $89.98 for both of them, the same buyer. Free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $71.76 minus the $4, $67 in profit. So for those that don't think that belts make money, there's the proof right there. They do make money, especially this one. I believe it's because of that stuff right there, like the fabric that they put on there. It's a very specific belt. I don't know honestly, I don't know what made them so special, but they sold and they sold well. It just has to look good. The leather has to feel good. The buckle has to look nice, and it can't be all jacked up, and you'll make money. Next question or comment. So I put this one up here. These people were not necessarily talking shit, by the way. They brought up a good point, and it's a valid point. They're talking about why eBay resellers are struggling at thrift stores and how to fix it. That's my old video, or my video from last week. This goes out to at Cowell Flips, and then also at Kane6676. It says, it wouldn't have anything to do with YouTubers filming and comping items in store. I've been on eBay since 2004. It wasn't an issue back then. Social media has let the cat out of the bag and killed it. You know what? They're not wrong. They're not wrong. He's not wrong by saying that, or she. I don't know who this is. They're not wrong by saying that because now that all the information is out there, well, guess what? Anybody can see it. So thrift stores and companies can go on there and say, okay, well, I can get 40 for it. So I'm going to sell it for 40 or even like 35 and right at retail. And this prices us out. And then this other person said, yes, YouTubers are really hurt the business. All these people do is create more competition for themselves. Never understood why. Well, I'll explain why. This is why I put this up here. First off, you can see that I responded to this person. It says, just trying to help others. If you're good at what you do, you can always succeed. I truly believe that. I've always wanted to help other people. When I gain some sort of success, I'm like, you know what? I want to bring others with me because I've been in bad situations before. I've been very, very broke before. And when I get even a whiff of success, I'm like, you know what? Why can't I help somebody else do it so that they don't have to go through the things that I've gone through before? And this is why I do it. And yeah, it hurts me. But on the other hand, I'm not all like, oh my God, he's an angel. Like, no, because I also have a different part of my business that I don't relate to anybody, that I don't talk about at all, because I don't want the competition. That is what keeps the lights on, what keeps the roof over my head. And reselling is just a part of my bigger business. So I do understand that it hurts people, but if we all thought that way, we're all like, no, just me, no competition. I just want to win. I don't want to tell anybody anything. Then humanity would never move forward. We would never have gotten out of the Stone Age. We would never have gotten into the Industrial Revolution and then invented the internet and then made vehicles that transport us places and then robotics and AI and so on and so forth. This is why there are programs called open source, which people are like, you know what? I'm going to make a program and I'm going to open source it, meaning anybody can take from it and add on to it so we can make it better because we want humanity to be better. It's not always about the fucking money. It's not, and it shouldn't be. Sometimes it's about helping others move forward and helping humanity move forward. And this is why I make these videos. And is it hurting? Sure. There's 2 thrift stores specifically that tell me that they started watching my videos and now I go and I can't shop there anymore because I don't make any more money. So I have to find a different way to do it. But I truly believe that if you know what you're doing, if you have something different about you, if you have your own thing that makes you special, you'll be successful anywhere at any time, no matter what. So I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of the competition. I can always move forward. Next sale, here we go. Danner boots, men's 9.5. Danner boots are awesome. This specifically is awesome because they're waterproof. I bought them. I did pay up for them for $30, but look, sold for $99.99 free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $73.33 minus the $30, so $43 in profit. Excellent profit margin. Danner boots make very good money. You always have to check them, make sure that they're in good condition. The laces are there. If they are waterproof, make sure that they're still sealed so they can be waterproof. And they make very good money. I love these boots. And of course, they're made in the USA. It's not other crap from another part of the world. We do make things better here because we have very high standards. This is why I buy US made all the time. Next, vintage Swank money clip. Swank is a vintage brand. You can find them in cufflinks, you can find them in tie pins, you can find them in a bunch of different places. In fact, I talked about this with the Posse members this past week about how Swank does sell quite a bit. And I also did a live on Saturday for the public talking about smalls. And this is one of them. Look at this. I bought this for $6.40. Sold for $36.93 free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $25.46, so $19 in profit roughly. And it is very tiny, very easy to ship. I do recommend you pick up smalls like that because they are, again, tiny and easy to ship. They take up no inventory space and they're simple to sell. Next question or comment. This one goes out to at Tees Shop. Okay, hold on. Oh, at Tees Shop Resale Hub. They are referencing why eBay resellers are struggling at thrift stores and how to fix it. Last week's video. Great video. Love the idea of buying bags of clothes from friends or Facebook Marketplace or yard sales. Well, this person obviously doesn't go to yard sales. I know a lot of you do. But if most people have never really thought about this, and it's like, you know what? You shouldn't wait till something hits the thrift store. If you can, reach out to your network. You must have friends. You must have family. You must have people that have stuff that they don't want. Go and pick it up from them. A lot of the times they're going to say, shit, here you go. I'll give it to you for free. Or they'll say, you know what? Give me $50 for it. And at the thrift store, you would have paid $300, but they're giving you everything because you know them. Always leverage your networks. No matter what, leverage your networks. And I know that a lot of people, and this is something that is unspoken, even with resellers, might not want to do this because maybe they get embarrassed. It's like, yeah, I sell on eBay, but I don't want to, get your stuff for free and then have to sell it. And I'll tell you what, stop that shit right now. If you work hard, if you are earning your money through doing something legal and fair and you work your ass off every day, doesn't matter what you do. You should never be embarrassed at doing any job that is a legit job that brings in money to your household and protects your family and feeds your family. That's what my parents taught me. Doesn't matter what you do. You can be picking up trash. You can be in janitorial duties. It doesn't matter what you do. As long as you do it well, and as long as you're doing something that's legitimate and trying to help out and be a productive member of society, you're good to go. You should never feel bad about that. I know that a lot of people will try to make you feel bad. And you know what? Fuck them. Next, here we go. AC/DC CD lot of 4 albums live. You guys can see the albums right here. $1 each. I bought these in a big ass lot of CDs. Sold for $24.99, free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $14.14, $10 in profit. Very easy to ship, very easy to list because they have barcodes. And when you see stuff like this, if they're in lots, 2 or 3 or 4 of the same band, you'll technically or usually make a lot more money, and you'll only have to ship them once, and you only have to pay for shipping once. So I do suggest that if you have CDs like that, unless you are a wholesaler, which you wouldn't be listening to this, you already know what you're doing. But if you sell in volume, then you would do them singles fine. But a lot of the times when you lot them up, it's a lot better return on your money. Next sale, Audio Technica Pro 88 watts. Okay, audiophiles buy audio equipment all the time. How do I know? Because my brother is an audiophile. He has everything and anything that has to do with audio. He plays in a band. He has a bajo quinto, so he's very good, and he's an excellent musician. And I can tell you that other musicians always look for stuff, especially now that we have YouTube. People want wireless microphones. They want good microphones. They want good audio. They want good video. This is why I invest money on my microphone right here. This is why I invested money on my wireless mics. I have a great setup because it makes a big difference. You can have shitty video, by the way. Like you can have a shitty video content that's grainy and stuff, and people will still watch it if you have great audio. If you have terrible audio, I can guarantee that you can be streaming in 4K and people will log off like that, because audio makes or can make or break your videos. Just tell you that right now. Next question or comment. This goes out to @MarkSprinkle. They are referencing, he's referencing how to ship golf clubs on eBay 2 ways. I talked about how to use a box and then how to flatten a box. But this is cool. I put my shafts in the middle of a 97-cent pool noodle when I ship clubs. I don't know if he ships, like if he puts them in there and ships them in the box or just ships them like that, but I can tell you that you can do that. You can just put the one end on the noodle or in the noodle and then tape that up. You can't ship a noodle like that though. So you would have to tape it with either like a poly mailer that goes across the way, or you would have to tape the entire thing so it looks like a package. If not, they won't let you ship it. But you could ship it like that and then just cover the head at the bottom. It's a great way to do that. It saves you from buying the box, because the box that I have there in my hand, that I'm holding there in my hand. Oh, you guys can't see it. Oh yeah, you can. The box that I'm holding there in my hand, they're not cheap, man. They're like $250 up to upwards of $450 sometimes, because it's a 48 by 4 by 4. It's a big ass box. So I thought it was an interesting way to ship. And I know that it works because I have done that before, not for golf clubs, but for something else. So it just depends. I think I shipped a sword, a dull sword, and it was all protected, so don't worry, but I shipped it in a pool noodle. Next, here we have Bare Minerals Mineralist Hydro Smoothing Lipstick. Lipsticks sell. They always sell. In fact, my girl came and she said, "Hey, I saw that you just put up some new product on eBay." And I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "I'm going to raid your store." I'm like, "God damn it, man." I had just bought these. And of course, boom, 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 like a little crab. She goes and picks up whatever she wants and she takes it off of my store, which is fine. But I tell her, you have to tell me because I got to delist it. So she already knows and it's all good. I bought this for $3. Sold for $17.99, free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $11.20. This is retail arbitrage, by the way. It made me $8. As long as I bring in 30% or more in profit, then I'm buying it. So $3 for every 10. If I spend 10, I need to make $13 back. If I do that, I can buy them every day. And I do a lot of retail arbitrage. By the way, you can find this on or at Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, etc. You're not going to find them at that price. Mostly, you're going to find them for about $7 to $9. But if you get them on clearance, that's when it makes sense. If not, obviously, it wouldn't make sense. So you just be careful with your margins, but you can find these. Next, I bought this thing at auction. It looks cool and it looks antique, right? Well, it's not. It's new. But this goes to show that it doesn't have to be 100 years old for you to buy a set like this. It's let me just read it. French ornate iron letter holder, dual inkwell and pen. So it's an inkwell. It has a little glass interior, so you can put actually, I think that was brass, not glass. Some of them have glass. Anyways, you put your ink and then you put your pens in there. And it is, and right now, I said replica. You need to make sure that if it looks like antique like that, you need to tell them, hey, it's not 100 years old. So it's a replica. In any case, I bought it for $12.50 at auction, sold for $38, $14.99 shipping. I took an offer for this. And I brought back, or I made $29.06 after fees and everything. So what did I make in profit? $12.50. Let's just call it $12. So at $17 in profit, definitely not what I wanted. I had it up for a lot more money, but it took forever to sell. And I said, Nambe, I got to get rid of it. I put it up in January. It took like 4 months. I thought it was going to sell faster. It didn't. So I said, just give me my money back and I'll find something else, something better. Remember, don't keep the things that you're like, well, maybe it's not going to move. You don't have to keep them. Sell them. Break even. Lose a little bit of money. It's fine. Grab your money. Get your money back, your cash flow. Buy something better that has a higher STR. This is why I talked about this earlier with the first go around in our video. All right. Next question or comment. Let's see. This goes out to at Mrs. Biana78. I hope that I said that right. She's referencing why eBay resellers are struggling at thrift stores. Again, last week's video. Have you made a video on step 4 of your master plan yet? If so, where can I find it? I have not yet. She's talking about systemizing. I know that this has come up for some of you. And she says, look, I feel that I am lost with the batch and systemized step. I have heard other YouTubers mention that they list similar items in batches, but it was not enough information for me to start implementing this. If you guys think that a video like that would be beneficial, let me know in the comments below. I have been thinking about it because she's not the first one. I think she's the 6th person that asked me. So I may do a video on it. But batching and systemizing, essentially what you're doing is you're making a conveyor belt. That's what I call it. You're making a conveyor belt for your store. So that way it's very simple. It's the same thing over and over again. And you're minimizing the time in between steps. You are optimizing your processes. That's what that is. If you guys want to see a video like that, let me know in the comments below. And I may just do one with classes with glasses. Remember, I'll wear my glasses and I'll tell you how I systemize and I batch and why I do things that I do, and so that it can make logical sense to you. That way you say, oh shit, Damien was right. Let me implement. Because you know me, logic and reason. If it doesn't make logical sense or it's not reasonable, I won't do it. Next, here we go. Bates Fishing Company hat. I had this hat up for a little bit more money, but I took an offer. But hats like this, first off, hats take some time to sell. They just are slow movers. However, hats do make money, especially the ones that are cool and weird looking like this. Not weird maybe, but different looking, that are not basic. So I bought this for $5, sold for $25 free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $15.23, so $10.23 in profit. It's still a great profit margin. I doubled my money. These are super fast and super easy to sell or to take pictures of and to put up. So I do recommend them. You just get the cool looking hats so that it can sell faster. Last sale of the day, vintage Texas license plate machinery, 1983. Okay. I bought these a long time ago for 10 cents. I bought hundreds of them and I've been selling them. So this one cost me 10 cents, sold for $17.88, free shipping after fees and everything. I brought home $8.45. So $8.35 in profit. That is an excellent profit margin, especially considering that I've been doing this for a very, very long time. Now, I do have to say, because they almost, they took one of my listings down last week. I have a Texas license plate that has the shuttle on it, like the shuttle that would go to the moon, the NASA shuttle, and then it says NASA on one side, and it was a plate that was released in 1998, and then it was discontinued. For the most part, if your plate or things that are like government issued are older than 20 years, you're allowed to sell them because it's vintage and they're like it's not in circulation, nobody's using it, so you're allowed to sell it. But they took mine down because that plate, what I didn't know, and I should have checked, but it's my fault, it re-released in 2018. And I was like, oh shit. So AI thought that it was one of the ones from 2018. I could have fought the listing so I can get it back and sell it. But I said, you know what? I'm not even going to bother. This is going to be all problems and I'm only going to make $8. Why would I put myself at risk? Why would I put my store at risk? So I just took it down. So if you guys have those plates, be very careful. Take them down now because you're not going to be able to sell them or you're going to get suspended. And that's obviously not what you want. Last comment or question. Oh, this is a good one. I love this one. At William Wallace 5707. He is referencing stop listing every day on eBay. Do this instead for eBay success. He says, the fact you're a gardener just made me subscribe. I'm an organic gardener reseller as well. That is awesome. I do love to garden. I love things that help the earth, period. You know, I love trees. I love grass. And I'm getting more and more into succulents, which I'll eventually show you. I just got one. I was going to put it back here, but it's outside getting some sun right now. And I do love to garden. I like to be outside. It's peaceful. I know that a lot of you might pay somebody, you know, to come and do your garden because you want your house to look nice. And I get that too. I get that you want to stick to maybe just working on your business, spending time with your kids, things like that. I get it. This is why you hire somebody to help you, right? But I do recommend gardening. It teaches you a lot about a lot of different things. It teaches you how to be chill, how to be quiet because it's peaceful. Or you can take your music outside. It's fine. Sometimes I take music outside. It teaches you how to grow your own food in case you need to, in case you can't go to your local Walmart or your Piggly Wiggly or your H-E-B or wherever you're at. It teaches you a lot about what we used to go through hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. So I love doing it. I love gardening. I do have quite a bit of books. I am not the best at it, I'll tell you that, but I'm a quick learner and I do love to learn and I make it a point to learn. So anyways, thank you very much, William Wallace. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. And that is it, everybody. I just showed you today the 3 reasons why you need to draw boundaries. And then I gave you 5 actual boundaries that I believe that every reseller needs to set so that you can be successful long term. To continue supporting the channel, you can always send your thanks with the thanks button down below. You can buy the Reselloupe to add value to the photos you're already taking. Better photos means better sales, plain and simple. And you can become a member of the Resolutions Posse for less than gas station coffee and get access to a whole bunch of other videos that no one else has access to. As always, give this video a like, share this with anyone that needs to see it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already so you don't miss awesome videos like this. See you in the next one. Peace and cheers, everybody. Woohoo! It's a great day today. In fact, after I shoot this, I'm gonna go outside, do some gardening because I need to mow the lawn, do a couple of other touch-ups, and figure out what I'm gonna do for the succulents. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of a heads up. I am working on a product that is gonna be 3D printed for the gardening category. Stay tuned. Ahora sí, güey, échale chingazos. Dale, güey. All right. Ready, Freddy.